You ever had someone show up to your property and act like they own it? Like you're the one trespassing on your own land? Yeah, that's how my week started, with Marlene, our brand new HOA president, standing at my ranch gate, red-faced and screeching like she was about to call in the National Guard.
"Open this gate, now, or I'll have you arrested!" she shouted, heels crunching on the gravel like she was marching into battle.
I just stood there, arms crossed, calm as a monk. "Ma'am, this is private property. You're not welcome here." And that was it, Marlene snapped. She spun around, whipped out her phone like it was a weapon, and started yelling into it. "Yes, I'd like to report a squatter. Aggressive, non-compliant. Send someone now." A squatter. Me. On the land I've owned, paid for, and worked with my bare hands for over 7 years. I built that barn myself. I have tax receipts, land deeds, even pictures of me and my goats fixing fence lines. But none of that mattered to Marlene. In her mind, everything within a 10-mile radius belonged to the Willow Creek HOA. See, trouble started 3 months back when a new road cut right behind my property. Suddenly, HOA folks started jogging past my fence, letting their dogs poop on my front porch like it was some park, even cutting across the pasture like it was a shortcut to brunch. One kid even tore through my garden on a dirt bike. That's when I put up the gate, the no trespassing signs, and a new lock. That's also when Marlene declared war. She left a note in my mailbox, said I was in violation of community beautification codes. I mean, beautification? It's a working ranch, not a golf course. I sent her a scanned copy of my property deed, clearly marked outside of HOA jurisdiction. She sent one back saying the map must be outdated, and she'd be coming by for an inspection. No heads up, no invite. Just showed up like it was her birthright. So that Tuesday morning, there she was, flanked by 2 clipboard-carrying board members marching up my drive. When I blocked them at the gate, she lost it and called the cops. And I'm standing there thinking, is this real? But when the cops showed up, yep, lights and all, I recognized one of them, Officer Diaz. He'd bought eggs from me before. The other, a sergeant, had that look, stern but sharp. Marlene came running. "He's trespassing! I'm the HOA president. I have the authority." The sergeant looked at me. "Sir, do you live here?" I handed her my ID and deed. "Sure do." She stepped away to check it, and while she was gone, Marlene tried to barge through the gate. "I don't need permission," she barked. "This is community safety." I grabbed the gate. "You set foot on my land, I'll press charges, plain and simple." Right then, one of her sidekicks backed his car right into my mailbox. That metal crunch was like a punchline. The officers turned. "Everyone stop!" Diaz yelled. The sergeant came back, handed me my papers, and said, "You're not in the HOA. You're good." Then she turned to Marlene. "Ma'am, do you have any documents proving jurisdiction here?" Marlene fumbled. "Well, the expansion's still under review, but it's coming." "That's not how the law works," the sergeant said. "You can't enforce rules on land you don't legally oversee." You could see the color drain from her face. Her clipboard crew were already backing away toward the SUV, pretending none of it ever happened. But it didn't end there. That night, around 9 p.m., I saw someone sneaking along my fence line. Diesel, my German shepherd, growled low, then bolted. I chased after him and spotted someone ducking behind a bush. The guy sprinted off. I checked my cameras the next morning, and there he was. HOA board member Todd Brennan, crouching on my land with a folder labeled zoning requisition. Yeah, they were planning something. I took the footage straight to Sheriff Cole, who looked me dead in the eye and said, "You're not the first rancher Marlene's gone after." Days later, she came back with a lawyer named Wesley Grant. Slick suit, briefcase like a prop. Handed me a cease and desist letter. Said I was obstructing community right-of-way. "This is private land," I said. "There's no right-of-way here, and you know it." Wesley gave me a smug little smirk. "7 days to comply or we file an injunction." I didn't wait. Sent everything to Sheriff Cole. The next day, the county surveyor came out, measured every line, checked every map. Said the same thing. "You're not in their zone. Gates legal. No access owed." That night, Marlene showed up again. But this time, she looked scared. Told me the HOA clubhouse had been set on fire. Someone spray-painted "Stay off his land" on the back wall. I went with her. And yeah, it was real. Burned-out windows, smoke in the air, people in pajamas looking like they'd just seen ghosts. Sergeant Willis was already there. She pulled me aside. "This was targeted," she said. "Gasoline along the fence line. And that message? Either someone's trying to scare them off or frame you." A few days later, Diesel found a duffel bag under a bush. Inside were photos of my ranch, lockpicks, maps, and a typed note. "This land isn't yours forever." And that's when I called Mark, an old firehouse buddy turned private investigator. I needed to know everything. He came back fast. Turns out Wesley Grant wasn't even a lawyer. Disbarred 2 years ago for zoning fraud. Worse, Marlene knew. Signed off on him officially. That was enough. I filed a lawsuit against the entire HOA board. Harassment, defamation, criminal trespassing, conspiracy to seize land. Within days, arrests were made. The board collapsed, and Marlene vanished. And just when I thought I could breathe again, my barn burned to the ground. That voicemail still plays in my head. "Back off, Harrison. Sell the land, or next time it's your house." But instead of backing down, I dug in. Mark found more dirt, embezzlement, false zoning maps, bribed surveyors. We handed it all to the news. The headline hit hard. HOA scam exposed. Rancher fights back. People finally saw the truth. Then came the twist none of them expected. Not even Marlene. In my safe was an old deed from my grandfather, dated 1964, with full mineral rights. That's right, my land sits on copper, and a lot of it. Now, I rebuilt the barn, added motion lights, a new sign that reads, "Copper Ridge Ranch, protected by law, loyalty, and legacy." You know, they tried to steal my land, scare me out, burn me down. But I stood my ground. Now let me ask you, if someone tried to take what's rightfully yours, would you give in or fight like hell? Drop your thoughts below. I read every one.